Hello everybody, we are back here on the Hunter Called Wild, and today we've got ourselves a look at the progress that we've made on our whitetail herds here on Rancho del Arroyo, and we've done pretty well with them. We already got our first great one, as you guys know, but we are trying to get a second one, so I've continued to grind for them, and I've had pretty good results. And you guys are going to see one of the trophies that we ended up getting today towards the end of this video. But first off, I think we're going to go ahead and go through all the herds and kind of show you guys the progress that we've made on them. So this first zone that we're at is next to the starter lodge, and this has become one of those areas where it's pretty consistent with spawning its bucks, but there's really only two spots that spawn them now. The zone that we're looking at right now and the zone that I'm right on top of. So there's not as many places here that spawn bucks anymore, but the couple that do are very consistent. And we are using the Eckers 30-06 today to kind of switch things up, since we typically use the 303. Since we just took down those two bucks, we're going to now fast travel over here, and that should give us a perfect view on the other zone, which is right over here. And I think we got one buck. Doesn't look like there's any more than that. We also have officially 4,028 whitetail kills in the past year, ever since the Great One came out, which is a huge number. It's just insane to think that we've killed that many. But that should be it for the bucks here. So let's just real quickly swing by and grab all these. I believe this was the biggest one at 225. And that is our first buck of the day. We also got a smaller one here. And then if we quickly bounce over here, we've got one more buck to grab. We do finally have our herds to a point where they're really consistent and we're not having them switch zones too much, which is nice. It really makes it so we can grind them better and not have to worry about losing the zones. The only one that I've had a little bit of trouble with is actually the one that we're heading to right now. And the only issue I ever have with it is sometimes it takes a couple runs to get the respawns. But other than that, it's been pretty decent too. But it looks like this time we do have our respawns, and both of them are over here. This guy right here is actually a pretty decent one at 182 to 222. It is a max weight estimate buck, so if we can get a shot on him, we'll definitely take it. Gotta make sure we don't hit too high, though. Should be good. And I think that probably wasn't a great shot, but it should at least take him down. I'm guessing this guy has to just barely be in that range of 85 to 100. Real quickly, 1-2, spot that turkey if we can. Doesn't look like he's gonna give us a chance to, though. But this guy's gotta be just barely into that 85 to 100 range. And yeah, 85.46. He's pretty small for being an 85 to 100 weight. So let's get our dog on this other one, and then we will probably head to the next zone. There we go. This guy, we just barely hit a little bit too high, which is quite unfortunate. It was so close to being a good shot. This zone right here actually produced a pretty awesome whitetail deer recently. And the funny thing about this is we actually spotted it right at the end of a live stream, and I didn't even realize what it was because it was tucked away in the brush. I just got a quick spot on it, realized that it was just a small 85 to 100, and we moved on because at the time I was just trying to spot all of my deer before logging off for the day to make sure we didn't have any great ones spawned in, and I didn't even realize that it had a rare fur type. So we're going to go ahead and take a look at that now. I actually forgot to mention that at the beginning of the video, but we do have that clip to show off, so let's go ahead and show that and talk about it. It was about 2 or 3 a.m. in the morning when I did this run and found him. We had seen him in the live stream, but because he was tucked away in the brush, I didn't realize that he was a melanistic. And this is actually the biggest melanistic that we have ever killed in Call of the Wild. We got a 214 somewhat recently, but this guy is a little bit bigger, so it was really cool to get him. And now it's got me wondering, like, what I'm actually going to do with my multi-mounts, because we now have 4 melanistics, and 2 of them are pretty large. So the question is, do I put my 2 big melanistics with the Great One, or do I put the melanistics all in one multi-mount, or what should I even do? Should I keep with the biggest of each rare in one multi-mount? I really don't know what we should go with, but I'm probably going to wait to put it up until they actually push through the next update, because there still is a chance that the fur types might change around, since there was that bug that caused a bunch of fur types to be incorrect. So once that gets fixed, we'll think about putting together that mount, because as of now, I don't even know what's going to happen with that, and I'd like to figure out if any of these are going to end up turning common or anything like that once they push the update out, before I start messing around with multi-mounts. But it was cool to get this guy down. One of the coolest rares that we have killed on the Great One grind, and probably one of my favorite trophies besides the Great One. But anyway, let's try to get these guys out. This herd is kind of tucked away in the back. A lot of the deer are in roughly the same place that Melanistic was during the live stream. And yeah, there we go. There's our other buck. So we're going to take down both of these guys right here. And we'll probably leave that guy because he does appear to be the smallest one. So let's see if we can get a shot into this guy. And that guy too. And I think that should be 2 dead whitetail deer. Yeah, it definitely looks like it. Well, hello there. I've noticed that this spot right here on Rancho, there's always one deer that gets stuck. I'm not sure what it is about this particular spot right here, but during one of the live streams, I believe 2 days ago at this point, I had one get stuck there and had a little bit of a photo op with it. I'll throw up some of those pictures if I remember, but it seems that this spot right here gets them stuck. I don't know what it is about this exact spot, but it seems to do that to them. But we got 2 bucks down, so let's go ahead and pick these guys up. This guy was 193.70. Not a bad deer. Not amazing, but not bad either. And this guy right here scores 150, so it was definitely the bigger of the 2 small ones, so we made the right choice there. This zone right here appears to only have 1 buck, so let's just get a shot on him. And I just pulled out the 22. That could have been bad. Let's go ahead and get him with the right weapon. And that should be a solid hit. There he is. That should have been a... Oh, wow. It was only single lung. I actually kind of expected that to be double lung using the 30-06, but I guess the angle probably just had more flesh to go through. So we were just at this lake near Bosque Alto, and now we come down to probably one of my favorite lakes for a couple reasons. One, we got the Great One right at this zone that we're visiting now, and 2, the next trophy that we're going to show off was actually taken very close to this area, and it was a exciting kill, and I'm very excited to show it off to you guys. But before we do that, let's go ahead and see what we have in this zone. This has been a very solid zone. Lots of big bucks have came out of here, along with the piebald and the Great One. So I've been keeping close eye on this zone. It's been an amazing zone. And yeah, that would be a pretty good buck right there. 85 to 100. The other one's nothing too impressive, but we have at least one good buck here. There we go. He's finally in a spot where I can take the shot, I believe. So let's get him down real quickly. And get the other guy down too. Well then, that's interesting. Guess she wanted to do a quick lap around us. What did I just watch? We've got levitating deer now. That was interesting. I don't even know what to think of that. Let's just real quickly breeze by this guy because he's not anything all that impressive. But this other buck was a pretty good one, so it's nice that we got at least one decent buck out of this zone, considering it's been one of my best. And yeah, that is a very solid deer at 221. Perfect double lung shot. Let's go ahead and jump to the next location, which is actually just down here. And this spot produced a pretty awesome deer the other day on live stream. A lot of you probably saw it during the live, but for those of you that haven't, we're going to show it off right now. I just was here. This is a respawn already. We already got a respawn in this zone. That's insane how fast that got back. Jeez. Well, we're not going to worry about these guys yet. We got a level 3 right here. Where did he go? That was so fast. I did not expect there to already be respawns here. I didn't even have to reset the time. Look at him. I think that actually is a diamond. It's very wide. I've got the air rifle on me. We might just shoot him with that. let's get him with the air rifle. Because he should come back and just run along this spot. Then we should be able to just blast him. Diamond 100%. Yeah, that's what it looks like to me. It definitely seems like a diamond. It's a small one, but it should hit like probably high 250s. Let's hope for the best here. It's been a while since I've used the air rifle. I used to be really good at getting diamonds down with the air rifle, but it's been so long since I've used it, I'm a little worried. He is so close to us now. I kind of want to take a moving shot, but at the same time, that's a bad idea. Oh, are you kidding me? Dude, get out of the way. No. Oh my gosh. We just hard shot him. That was an interesting moment. That was just... I don't even know what to think about that. I'm so surprised that we actually got that to work. Wow. So we got a air rifle heart shot. Frontal shots are so risky with that thing. I was so worried that that was not going to work out. But we actually heart shot him. 255.40. It's a diamond. Wow. Oh my gosh. How did that work out? It just barely made diamond, but he still made it. So that is our, I believe, 22nd diamond of the Great One grind. I'm trying to keep track, but it's so hard to know for sure because I can't remember if I've ever lost any of them, like deleted them or forgot to tax any. But I counted all of them in the lodge, and I think we're at 22 now. And once again, we have a pretty good buck here. Not nearly as nice as that diamond that you guys just saw, but it's still not a bad one. And wait a minute, there's actually a decent buck behind him too. I can't get a good view on it though, so we're gonna get up to the stand and try to call them in. Well, he's not quite as big as I thought, but that's still a pretty decent one for a 70 to 85. But that guy right there is the main focus of this zone for me. So let's go ahead and get a shot on him. And I think we barely got that guy. Yeah, we definitely got vitals, but we just barely got them. And here is our first of the two deer. This guy is a 221, which is pretty solid, about the same as the last one. Just a little bit higher scoring. We've been getting a lot of solid bucks this run, which is pretty nice, but none of them are quite as impressive as that level 3 that we showed off in this video. I was really hoping that maybe today we'd find another one on this run, but it does not appear so. Oh, that's a pretty good 2 though. So we at least have another decent 2 to take out. And this zone right here is actually kind of a strange one because I used to approach it from over there, but I found that shooting it from here and then just fast traveling to that tent is much more time efficient. And it's kind of crazy just how well it works out. We're gonna real quickly take a shot at this guy if we can get him. And get the other one while we can too, so that's 2 bucks down right there. And then I typically just go down here and then shoot the 1 buck that's usually in this other herd and then just fast travel over to both of them because I have tents on both of their zones. I've got this set up pretty efficient at this point, and I'm really happy with the way it is. In most cases, I can get things down pretty quickly and efficiently. Like, we just took out those 2 bucks, and we've already got this guy down. And then we can just fast travel to both of their zones and pick them up. And just like that, we are over at the first deer. Our tent is just right over there. And then we can immediately go over here and pick up those other 2 bucks. I wish I could do this with every zone on this map, but unfortunately there's not enough tents for us to be able to do that. So although we can do it with a lot of the zones that I need to do it with, it would be nice if we could do it with all of them. We are going to skip one place I would normally go to just for time's sake, otherwise this video will be too long, but this is the next location I would typically go. But instead, we're going to switch it up today and go to a new location that one of my mods actually discovered. It's this tiny lake up here, and it probably has more whitetail deer than the entire rest of the map. And I worded that absolutely terribly, but I guess what I actually meant to say was it's got more whitetail deer in one zone than most of the zones on the map. So let's go up here and try to call them in. There's quite a few of them, and the crazy thing is, unlike the mega herds in other parts of the map, these ones actually respawn their bucks, which is a first. I mean, almost every mega herd, as you guys know, once you start shooting bucks, they don't respawn in the same herd. They typically go somewhere else on the map. But with these herds, they do respawn, so you can kill like 5, 6, maybe 7 bucks even without having to worry. And I mean, just like that, we've got a bunch of good-looking bucks coming out. And you guys can see this area is amazing, and we haven't even seen half of the herd. This is not even half of it, which is crazy. The rest of them should come out eventually, but it usually takes some time to get them all out with the collar. We got one of them straggling off to the left a little bit. That does appear to be a doe. But there's just so many deer here, and so many of them are bucks that this place is amazing. But that guy right there is looking really good along with this one, so we're going to try and get both of those, and if we can, we'll get a third. But I'm going to prioritize the 2 biggest ones. And we got another buck coming out, but he's just a small one. And we got all 3 of them. That is awesome. If we can get this guy too, that'll be even more amazing. And we nailed him, so that's 4 bucks down. This is the only zone where I'll shoot more than 2, because I've had really good luck with this one, consistently respawning all of them. That right there is a beautiful sight, seeing all those deer laying side by side. That's the biggest one at 218, and then we have a 198. That one actually scored higher than the one with a similar rack that made it into 85 to 100, but for some reason that guy was just much larger. Then our last one is over here, but it wasn't anything too crazy. But I just figured I would show this location off to you guys at the very end, since I didn't know about it when I made my guide for Whitetail on Rancho. I got pretty much all of the lakes covered in that video, except for this one and this one down here, which unfortunately they are 2 of the best lakes that I've got right now, and I missed both of them in my guide, so it's a little bit sad, but I mean, it is what it is. There's nothing I can do now. The guide's already up and finished and has been up for like a week. It covers most of the locations, but there was a couple I missed, so I figured I would show them to you today, or at least show one of them off, because I've already shown this one in previous videos. But anyway, let's go take a look at everything in the trophy lodge. Nowadays, I've got so many animals taxed that I just don't know what to do with, and because of that, all my lodges are starting to fill up, which is a little bit unfortunate, but let's go ahead and take a look at the Melanistic first. That's by far the most beautiful Melanistic buck we've been able to kill, and I'm so happy that we finally got him. I'm just kind of disappointed that I didn't get to kill him on stream. We spotted him on stream, as I was saying, but didn't realize what he was because he was tucked away in the brush, so it's pretty unfortunate, but he's a beauty. A very solid whitetail deer. And then the other thing we have is, I believe this is him. Yeah, this is him right here, because he just barely made it. But this is the one that we took out with the air rifle. A pretty awesome looking whitetail deer. Very wide, not a lot of mass unfortunately, but a very wide buck. And to get it at that close of range with the air rifle was actually pretty cool. And to be able to make a heart shot drop shot was even cooler. But I do wish it would have been a little bit bigger, but I mean, it is what it is. It was still a cool moment, and I had a lot of fun. But anyway, guys, we are going to go ahead and end it there. I hope you all enjoyed. If you are brand new to the channel, be sure to subscribe, click the like button, and ring that notification bell so that you guys will never miss a video. Also, be sure to comment down below with what your best luck with this whitetail hunting on Rancho has been, because the whitetail are absolutely amazing on Rancho, and I know a lot of you have been going for them. So what's been your best luck with the whitetail? Let me know down below, and I'll try to respond to as many of the comments as I can. You guys had a ton of awesome stories about animals that you've lost in the past in the last video, so let's keep that up with some whitetail stories this time. I really do enjoy reading all the stuff that you guys put down there, so keep it up, guys. But with that being said, thank you all for watching, and I will see you all in the next video. Peace!